Speaking in the last hour, Prince William has insisted the royal family is not racist. While on a visit to a school in London, the second in line to the British throne also revealed he's not spoken to his brother, Prince Harry, since the interview Harry's wife Meghan.
The royal family is facing a story they have tried hard to hide. It involves a scandal that could change the line of succession and damage fragile relationships. Prince William has asked for a second DNA test. Think about what that means. He is the future King of England, a man known for his calm demeanor and dislike of public drama. Now, he is seeking genetic proof related to Harry and Meghan's children. Why is he doing this? Because the timeline of events doesn't add up. Questions have lingered for years about Meghan's pregnancies. People have noted inconsistencies in her photos, changes in belly size, and dates that seem off. Many dismiss these concerns as conspiracy theories from those who do not like Meghan. But what if these questions are valid? What if Prince William has seen proof that has not been shared with the public? What if the timeline has finally been questioned in a way that cannot be ignored? Sources from within the palace say this situation is unprecedented. William is not just worried, he is furious. His anger suggests he has discovered something that changes everything. Meanwhile, Meghan is reportedly in panic mode. She has hired lawyers and crisis managers. Their home in California has turned into a command center as she tries to handle unexpected questions. I want to be clear. I'm not making accusations. I'm sharing what sources say and exploring why these questions are being taken seriously in the British monarchy. It's important to acknowledge that something has shifted. William is demanding answers, and the consequences could be serious for everyone involved. So, let's look at the key issues. What timeline problems have been raised? What evidence has William reportedly seen? And why is this all coming to light now after years of silence? This is going to be a serious discussion. Let's dive into it. The timeline questions that never went away. From the start of Meghan's first pregnancy with Archie, people had questions. Initially, these questions didn't come from mainstream media, but from observers who noticed things that seemed off. The timing of the announcement was the first issue. Harry and Meghan announced Meghan's pregnancy at Princess Eugenie's wedding in October 2018, with the baby due in spring 2019. This timeline suggests conception occurred around July or August 2018. However, photos from that summer showed Meghan with no noticeable baby bump at events where she should have been showing slightly. Then, at Eugenie's wedding, she seemed noticeably pregnant. The change appeared sudden for such a short time. During the pregnancy, photographers and royal watchers noticed the bump seemed to change in size inconsistently. Some days it looked larger, while other days it looked smaller. The shape appeared to shift in ways that did not match typical pregnancy progression. Supporters of Meghan pointed out that every pregnancy is different. Clothing can create optical illusions, and body position affects appearance. While this is true, the questions continued because other things did not add up. The birth of Archie was wrapped in unusual secrecy. Unlike other royal births, there was no public appearance after the birth, and no confirmation of which hospital was used. The announcement came via Sussex Royal's Instagram rather than the traditional palace channels. When Archie was finally shown to the public, it was in a carefully controlled, brief, and managed setting, unlike any royal birth reveal in modern history. Then came Meghan's second pregnancy with Lilibet, and similar questions emerged. There were timeline inconsistencies and odd photographs. The announcement came through Oprah Winfrey rather than family channels. For years, people dismissed these questions. Anyone who raised them was labeled a conspiracy theorist, a racist, or a hater. The mainstream media avoided covering it. However, someone seemed to be paying attention. Someone with access to information the public did not have. This person apparently decided the questions needed answers. According to sources, that person is Prince William. What William reportedly discovered. Prince William has been quietly looking into his brother's family situation for some time. He has not done this publicly or through official channels, but rather through trusted advisors and private inquiries. The reason for this investigation isn't completely clear. Some say William noticed inconsistencies on his own, while others believe people brought information to him because they thought he needed to know. There are also claims that security briefings raised questions about the Sussex household, which may have sparked his concerns. What William reportedly discovered was serious enough to call for formal action. The first issue is about paperwork. Birth certificates, medical records, and other official documents reportedly have inconsistencies or gaps that are hard to explain. Some records do not match the public timeline. In the UK and the US, official records are usually straightforward. When a child is born, certain documents are created, and professionals sign off on them. However, some advisors noticed questions about the paperwork for Archie and Lilibet's births. Some of these questions might have simple answers. International births can be complicated, with different countries having different rules. Privacy can result in gaps in public records, but some questions remain unanswered. The second issue involves witness accounts. People who claim to have been present at key events have stories that don't match the official narratives. Staff members, medical professionals, and security personnel have provided conflicting accounts. When multiple witnesses contradict the official version, it raises concerns. Memory can be unreliable, and people may remember things differently, but significant discrepancies among several witnesses can be troubling. The third issue is the most important and involves physical evidence. Experts have analyzed photographs and videos and found anomalies that are hard to explain. William has reportedly seen this evidence and had it explained to him by trusted individuals. His response was to ask for genetic testing to resolve some questions once and for all. The palace has not confirmed any of this, which is typical. When false stories arise, the palace usually works to shut them down. But the ongoing silence on this matter is notable, and the story continues to grow. The first, DNA test, and why it wasn't enough. Many people don't realize that a DNA test has already been done. It happened quietly and without any public announcement. In recent years, genetic material has been collected and analyzed. The details about this first test are unclear. We don't know how the samples were obtained or who approved the testing. The laboratory that performed the analysis hasn't been disclosed, likely for legal reasons. What has come to light is that the results of this first test were inconclusive in some ways. They didn't find anything definitively wrong, but they did raise questions that couldn't be answered without further tests. DNA testing is usually simple. It compares genetic material from a child to that of claimed parents to identify biological relationships. It's a reliable science. However, what if the first test didn't go as planned? What if the sample was compromised? What if it were hard to access the necessary genetic material? Sources say Meghan was uncooperative during the initial testing. They suggest that getting the samples was difficult. The results, while not disproving anything, were not as clear as they should have been. This is why William is now asking for a second test. He wants this test conducted under controlled conditions, with proper sample handling and independent verification. There are many legal complications with this request. They are American citizens living in California, and British royalty doesn't have the power to demand genetic testing from people outside the UK. Harry would need to agree on behalf of his children, and Meghan would need to cooperate. Given the current family tensions, cooperation seems unlikely. However, William feels the questions are serious enough to call for a second test publicly, even if it can't be legally enforced. By making his request known, he is applying pressure and expressing his doubts. This places Harry in a difficult situation. If he refuses the test, it may look like he is hiding something. If he agrees, he might face results that could be very concerning. Meghan's response and the crisis team. Meghan reacted extremely when she learned that William wanted a second DNA test. Her response included not just anger, but also a sense of panic. Within hours, her team gathered. They included lawyers specializing in defamation and privacy law, public relations experts experienced in celebrity crises, and security consultants concerned about potential fallout. The Montecito mansion became a command center. Meghan canceled all other appointments and was frequently on the phone. Meetings often went past midnight. Her legal team is exploring many options, including sending cease and desist letters to media outlets covering the story. They are also considering defamation lawsuits against anyone making specific claims. Their goal is to stop the conversation before it spreads. However, this strategy has a problem. You can't sue your way out of real questions. You can't threaten people into ignoring valid concerns. The more aggressively Meghan responds, the more it looks like she has something to hide. Her PR team suggests a different approach. Get ahead of the story. Provide proof that answers the questions. Cooperate with reasonable requests for verification. Show that there's nothing to hide. But Meghan seems unwilling to take this advice. She sees any cooperation as giving in, and believes acknowledging the questions makes them seem valid. Her instinct is to fight, not to clarify. Sources say Meghan genuinely feels this is another attack from the racist institution that has tormented her. She thinks William is continuing his family's campaign against her. She believes it's not about legitimate concerns, but about destroying her. Whether this is true or not, it shapes how she views the situation and influences her response, which may make things worse. Harry is in the middle, trying to support his wife while knowing his brother wouldn't make such demands lightly. He feels torn between loyalties to Meghan and doubts he may not even want to admit to himself. The palace's careful calculations. While Meghan struggles and Harry worries, the palace is thinking long-term. They know that publicly requesting DNA tests would create a stir and attract significant media attention. They understand the possible backlash but are moving forward anyway. They've decided the benefits are worth the risks. What are these benefits? First, there's the issue of succession. The line to the British throne is very clear. Everyone in that line must be who they say they are. If there are doubts about anyone's parentage, those doubts need to be addressed. It's not optional, it's a constitutional requirement. Archie is currently 5th in line to the throne, and Lilibet is 6th. If there are questions about their parentage or birth, the palace needs to clear them up. This isn't about gossip, it's about legal clarity. Second, there's a strategic angle. Harry and Meghan have spent years criticizing the royal family, claiming racism, cruelty, and failure. The palace has mostly stayed quiet in response, but by asking questions about the Sussexes, the palace turns the tables. Now Harry and Meghan are on the defensive. Suddenly, they have to answer questions instead of asking them. This shifts the balance of power in their ongoing conflict. Third, the truth is important. Regardless of the DNA test results, the palace seems to believe that the truth helps their case. If the tests confirm everything, it puts an end to the rumors. If they uncover something significant, it supports the palace's concerns. King Charles has reportedly approved this strategy. He isn't pushing it himself, but he's allowing William to seek answers. His relationship with Harry is already damaged, possibly beyond repair, so Charles might feel he has nothing more to lose. The palace has made its choice. They believe that the short-term chaos of this situation is worth it for the long-term clarity it may bring. They are willing to sever ties that are already frayed. The evidence that sparked William's demand. Let's look at why William believes a second DNA test is needed. This belief didn't come out of nowhere. Something triggered it. First, experts have examined photos from Meghan's pregnancies for signs of digital manipulation. Some experts found oddities in certain images, such as shadows that don't match up in strange proportions. While photographic analysis isn't perfect, and experts may disagree, when multiple analysts find similar issues, it raises valid questions. Second, the process for royal births usually follows set protocols with specific doctors, and records are carefully kept. However, Archie's birth had some unusual aspects that haven't been explained. Questions remain about who attended the birth, where it took place, and why the public announcement was different from past royal births. Third, some staff members present during Meghan's pregnancies have reportedly shared observations with palace investigators. These do not match the public story. These details include daily routines, medical appointments, and physical signs that seem inconsistent with what was said about the pregnancy stages. While each observation might make sense on its own, together, they raise concerns. Fourth, there are gaps in documentation. Some records reportedly do not line up with the public narrative, showing mismatched dates and inconsistent paperwork. These discrepancies might be mistakes or something more significant. William has seen all this information compiled into a report. He has discussed it with advisors and believes the only way to settle these questions is through controlled genetic testing. It's unclear if this evidence would sway a court, but it has convinced the future King of England. What happens next, and why it matters? Where does this situation go from here? What are the possible outcomes, and what do they mean for everyone involved? First, Meghan and Harry might agree to a DNA test. If they do, the results could confirm their claims, ending the speculation. Or the results could reveal something unexpected, with unpredictable consequences. This seems unlikely, though, since Meghan reportedly sees cooperation as losing. She seems ready to fight instead. Second, there could be a long legal battle. Meghan's lawyers might take action against anyone repeating the claims. William's team could respond with their own legal moves. This back and forth could drag on for months or years. This outcome would harm everyone. The monarchy would look dysfunctional. Harry would feel stuck between his wife and his family. Meghan's reputation would take a hit no matter the outcome. And the children at the center of this drama would grow up knowing their identities had been publicly questioned. Third, there might be an informal resolution. The palace and the Sussexes could negotiate quietly. They might come to an agreement that satisfies William without embarrassing Meghan, allowing everyone to move on. This seems optimistic given their current relationship, but such things have happened in royal history. Fourth, the story might continue indefinitely. Questions could remain unanswered, and speculation could linger. Doubts about the Sussex children's identities might follow them throughout their lives. No clear resolution would come. No matter what happens, something has fundamentally changed. William has voiced his doubts publicly. The questions that used to be whispered are now loud. The timeline that seemed firm is now under close examination. For Archie and Lilibet, this situation is tragic, regardless of the truth. Children shouldn't have their identities questioned in public. They didn't choose famous parents, royal ancestry, or any of this drama. But here we are. William wants answers, and Meghan is pushing back. The world is watching to see what the truth is. That's the current state of affairs. This story isn't over yet. Make sure you subscribe to stay updated on new developments. What do you think is really happening? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.